welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melody, the funkiest mom in the block. Welcome to another episode of Mama Oshun Speaks. In this part of the channel, we do all things holistic, mental health, physical health, spiritual health, all things chats here and there. And if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you like it here and I hope you stay. And if you're a returnee, hello. Thank you for being my day one. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, tell your friends, tell their friends, do all the things that needs to be done for the pots to be cooking. Period. Guys, so if you watch my latest vlog, I did share that I am just trying to find another intro or another outro. So I'll be just testing out some new intros, how I could go about just introducing the channel or starting the video, opening the vlog. Just finished helping the kids with homework and they're playing outside, and I just thought, let me just record this. So the setup is a little bit, I don't look my best either, but that's okay. We are as real as they come, so it is what it is. You guys, so this thing has just been in my mind, and I think Spirit was just leading me into the space where I would share this. So guys, as I had shared like before, when my spiritual journey started and how difficult it was, for people close to me to even understand what was going on or how to support me, because we grew up demonizing anything that is not Christianity. And to some degree, I still think some of my family members are having a difficult time with adjusting and adapting to certain things. And like I said, I've always been the weird one. I've always been the different child, I've always been the one who we don't fully understand her, I know, even in my extended family, there's only one person I get along with. She's actually my mother's youngest sister, but because of the age gap, we ended up calling each other cousins, because she's just a year older than me. So I think the other cousins will always find it difficult to understand me, but she took her time to understand me. So I've always been different. So I think to some extent, when I came forth and said, this is what's happening to me, and I want to pursue this thing because it's bothering me, so I'm just going to start learning and understanding what the spirituality thing is. They might have thought, but I think deep down everyone knew that Mel has always been different, Okay, but that's not the whole point why I'm recording this video today. The Spirit has just been leading me to towards this, and I think even in my, I'm sorry, I'll keep on referring to my latest vlog, because I did share that I was just going through it all spiritually, and I did say I'll share whatever it is on this part of the channel, which is the Mama Oshun Speaks videos. I don't even know where to start. Usually when I do Mama Oshun Speaks talks, the thing is structured. I know what I want to share, what not to share, because I always don't want to, lose my thought pattern. But I think it's also okay for me to come here and just speak my mind, So the past couple of 3 or 4 weeks, a month, let me just say a month, I have just been going through it, spiritually. I've been going through it. There was a point whereby I was like, now I understand why people don't do shadow work. I understand why people don't commit into the spirituality thing. Spirituality is hard. When you do it authentically and as raw as it is hard. I found myself in the past month wanting to tap out so bad, because I'm it doesn't end, it doesn't stop. But also, now that I'm in a better space, I'm realizing that evolving doesn't stop. So there'll always be something new that I'm yet to learn, yet to do, yet to fix. Because also I'm a diviner, so part of divining is fixing my ancestral lineage, and the things that my forefathers didn't do, and those debts I'm here to pay. I'm here to rectify those things. I'm here to rectify our ancestral lineage, and that is not easy. Even with family, I don't think they receive you as how they would receive any other normal person. There's always some stigma or some label that is placed on you, like, oh, she's the crazy one, she always has something going on, because people don't see like in the depth in which you could see. And there was like, it came a point where I was like, no, this is just too much. That's just too much. And I had to remind myself who I am. And also what I've realized is that as a community, or mostly holistic or spiritual people, we always want to be positive, which is not bad. Don't get me wrong. Positivity is nothing bad. It's good. But now, when there's toxic positivity, when like in a space whereby you should allow yourself to be weak, you should allow yourself to be emotional, and you're just pestering and pushing to be positive, that is what I call toxic positivity. Now, what happens when you start operating from a place of toxic positivity? You start, you pile up everything, you ignore everything, you put everything in the shadow space, and you just try to appear as normal, as happy, as put together as possible. And then eventually it catches up with you, and it's not all, it doesn't always catch up with you in a good space. It catches up with you randomly. I think my husband even asked me, like, are you okay? He kept asking me, like, the past couple of weeks, like, I don't even know if there's a problem with me, or is it you, what it is that, or is it an us problem, what is it that is going on? And I realized how hard this is. And I told him that I'm going through a transitioning phase and I don't understand it. And it's so difficult because unlike people who are healers in the traditional way as we know it, someone who'd have ukobela or a mentor that is always there. For me, it's difficult because I don't have that, and I can't always go to that one person and say, this is what I'm going through. What does this mean? What does, there are a whole lot of things that I see, a whole lot of things, a whole lot of dimensions, that the things that are happening that I can't even understand. I remember I once came here as well on this platform to share that I was changing my way of eating. So when my journey started around 2020, there was a period where I couldn't eat meat, I couldn't eat dairy, I couldn't eat any of those things. No one told me, but spiritual, I was led to that. And then I kept that for a good couple of months. And I remember this one time my friends and I wanted to go out, and I couldn't even drink, because of the space that I was in. And then eventually I started learning more about alkaline food, learning about healthier ways of eating. But because now this is years of me eating this way, I'll always find things that will take me back to it. And also, this is my personal journey. I can't now strangle my husband, as much as he is very supportive. Like, if I start something, it's like, okay, let's do it together, so you don't feel like you're the only one who's doing it. But also, I need to understand that he is his own individual person. As much as I could just, and I also realized that it wasn't easier for me to just completely rip my kids out of that eating lifestyle, or the lifestyle that we're living, Jim, in general, and also because going to great-grandmother's place, they'll find that there's meat and all that, so that confusing space for my kids. So I thought, okay, let's do this. 1 week no meat, just alkaline food. Next week we'll try eating maybe fish or chicken and all that, just to not to be too harsh on the process. Because just like I don't know if this happens with everyone, but with me, I find out that when I push myself too hard with a certain diet, I will just stop. Like, I'll fall off the wagon. But maybe, let's say if I'm craving chocolate and I just have a piece of chocolate, then I continue with my day as I would if I was dieting, and that's in whatever diet I was following at that time. It was easier. But when I completely deprive myself of those things, I'll instantly go back into eating unhealthy, which is like another thing that I've realized, that because spirituality is mind, body, and soul, and I'm still fighting things of the flesh, I'm still fighting things that I consume, I'm still fighting people that I surround myself with, I'm still fighting things that I consume in TV. Like, I was just telling my husband the other day, I don't even know what to watch on TV anymore. Like, literally, I don't know what to watch on TV anymore apart from true crime documentaries, because that, no matter how spiritual I am, no matter how elevated I am, that I'll always watch. But yeah, I thought I should just come here and share with you guys what helped me, like, get out of that toxic positivity space. Because firstly, I needed to identify that now I'm not being positive in a good way. I'm being negatively and toxically being positive right now. And I needed to ask myself, who am I doing it for at this moment? Because I could tell that I'm not okay. And now, who am I trying to impress by being positive at this moment? And I realized that no, I'm not trying. It's not helping nobody. It's not helping me help no one. And I also realized that while I was in that dark space, I couldn't help others. Like, I had people wanting to book consultation. I was like, I'm not going to see you like this. I'm a very strong believer of energy being like transmuted, transferred, drawn, and absorbed. So I don't get into a space of healing when I'm not good when I'm not good spiritually. But I first had to identify if I was in a good space, and I realized that no, I'm not in a good space. And I needed to find out, okay, what is it that I'm ignoring? That spirit is trying to show me so much that today I'm going to bed feeling heavy. I wake up feeling heavy. What is it that I'm not paying attention to? Because we know that the universe doesn't stop bringing you lessons until you learn from them. So if you feel like you have bad situations with friendships, bad situations in relationships, it is because there's something that you're not learning from those relationships. The universe will not stop giving you the same issue until you learn from it. You take what you can get from it and you release what no longer serves you from it. So I realized that, okay, there might be something that I'm not paying attention to. And it was a call for me to do my work now, because I've been evolving, I've been putting in the work, and I just needed to make sure that each and every part of me is aligned with the work that I'm doing inwardly. And I also realized that when I'm busy assisting people, I tend to forget about me. And that is why I ended up being in a toxic positive space, because I also wanted to show up as positive and as good as I could for those people. I get calls every day, people calling me, people wanting to share things with me, people want to tell me their things. And I also think I had not drawn or have not given myself enough boundaries to protect myself in when I needed to be. So I went back and I said, okay, I'm going to establish a new boundary for the people that I mentor, for the people that I help spiritually. You don't call me at this time. You don't just call me. You text and find out if you can call me. I could be busy with consultations. I could be busy with my family. I could be busy just doing nothing. And I could be busy just being still, because even in the stillness, there's a whole lot of things that are going on in that space. So I want you to disturb me when I'm in that space of stillness. And I realized that I need to draw that boundary between the people that I help and myself. And I went back to the drawing board and I did all that. And I also realized that I haven't been doing things that speak to me. I haven't been meditating quite right. I haven't been, I don't remember the last time I went, like, mainly just nakabuna, going to a mountain just for me, not because I'm taking a group of people to help, not because I'm taking people to the river, but just for me to pour into my cup. And I realized that's what I was lacking. And when I started feeling like I want to back out of this, because sometimes, back when, like, I was still a typical Christian, like, you wouldn't dare start these conversations around me, because I would demonize you there and then. In that space, I've realized that the religion gives you an escape. If I'm not feeling good, I'm like, no, Jesus will see me through. I'll be fine. I am not putting any work to make myself fine. I'm not journaling. I'm not meditating. I'm not purging. I'm not manifesting. I'm not aligning myself. I'm not releasing anything. So I'm not doing any work. So it was easier for me to have a savior, whatever it is, I'm just putting it through the savior. The savior will see me through. I'm not feeling good, the savior will see me through. I have trauma, the savior will see me through. And that is why those things will keep coming all over again. I'll snap randomly and all those things, because I didn't do the work that needed to be done. And what I've also learned is that the shadow, you don't stop working on your shadow, because your shadow is you. You evolve. You do Tomorrow you will not be interested in these things, you'll be a different person, and you need to work on that person as well. Find out what that person likes, find out what hurt that person in the season they just came out from. There are a whole lot of things that are happening to us as humans and to evolve, and I think it's also important to give ourselves grace. So yeah, it did come to a point where I felt like, hey, I juices guys, bring that savior back, because I'm not willing to do this work. It is hard. From just trying to eat right, doing away with things that I grew up knowing, and this is all I've been conditioned to, and unlearning those things. It is hard. I may come here waving my green juices, my meat-free, cruelty-free meals, and come here. It's a whole lot of work, and before I get to a point where I completely crash, I had to come back to myself and say, okay, there's something that you're not doing right here. And I don't know why Spirit has just been urging me or just pushing me to share this with someone. Maybe someone is going through it as well. Maybe someone feels like, hey, this is just a little bit too much for me. I can no longer do this anymore. I just want you to take the time and see, okay, what's making me feel this way? Where could I have went wrong? What are the triggers? What is my shadow saying to me? Because the minute you start feeling like you are not in control of yourself, there's something that is not aligning. You've packed something, you've hidden something somewhere, something that shouldn't be hidden, something that needs to be confronted. So I did the work. I did that. I went back to journaling. I went back to meditating. I'm not sure, guys, if you saw, I think it was last year where I bought the yoga wheel. I went back to doing that, and I realized that I've been having a whole lot of back issues, and I always shame. And it's so crazy when you're the one who's offering help to others. It is just easy to diagnose someone, to say, okay, is this what you're struggling with? Okay, your throat chakra is closed. Come, let's cleanse that chakra. Let's align that chakra. Let's balance that chakra. But with you, with me, it's just a little bit hard, to find out what it is that is wrong, or even find the right person who could diagnose me and assist me in the way that I'm being led, and in a way that will not move me from what my guides initially want from me. So, yeah, guys, so I had to find what it is that was just bothering me, I just lost my third person, you see? Yada, 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 yada. I just lost my third person, but yeah. So I just wanted to come here, guys, to tell someone or anyone who's at the verge of giving up on their spiritual journey. I just want you to keep at it. It's not a one-day prayer miracle thing. It's a continuous work. We're evolving. Give yourself grace. If you did well for a week, you couldn't eat meat, and the next week you are craving meat, you're struggling with that, it's okay. Give yourself grace for being able to do something. Give yourself grace for even trying, because even just it's you seeking the knowledge and you have not started doing anything tangible with it as yet. The mere fact that you're learning about it, it's big. My milestones will always be different from your milestones, but it doesn't mean that we are not moving. Everyone is moving at a different pace, and I'm so glad for this dark space that I was in, because it made me realize that I'm still human, and that things that are going to trouble me sometimes, and that is okay. And I could also come here and share my vulnerability and say, yo guys, it is so hard. It is really hard. And I was just sharing with you guys that I went back to using the yoga wheel. I realized that with my lower back and here in my front, there are blockages, because that's the root and the sacral chakra, right? And that is where energy is stored. That is where trauma is stored. So if you ignore you ignore yourself, you ignore your higher self, you ignore your ori, you ignore your shadow, it'll be felt in the lower parts of your body, your back, your sacral chakra, your gut. Those things will be affected. There were days where I was I was texting my girl, I'm I don't want to get up in bed today. I don't want to get up from bed today. I just want to stay in bed, and there's nothing else that I want to do, because there were things that that were not aligned, and I was ignoring them, and I was just operating from a space of toxicity. Because what is it? Why are you even trying to come across as positive if you're not? I always say, not all low vibration things are bad for you. me vibrating low at that time made me realize that I am transitioning, and it means I must go in twice as hard. So I just want to come here and share this with you. I also have the seasons, I also have such times, and excuse the noise, guys, the kids are playing outside. I chose to record this at the bedtime, but I was led to record. I told you guys that this wasn't planned whatsoever. But I just want you guys to give yourself grace. Give yourselves grace for trying. Give yourselves grace for going back into the space of healing, going back into the space of seeking that divine. May all that you seek find you. And I wish you well. Please do not forget to like, share the video, do all the things that need to be done. I love you loads. Also, I did like my spiritual baths, and I was intentional about that. I was mainly using rosemary and pink Himalayan salt, and I just brewed the rosemary and pour it in the bath, and I'll just soak myself in that and pray and say my mantras and chant and do all that. And I also did the salt and the white vinegar ritual, in which you rub the salt. We know salt cleanses and it removes, so does the vinegar as well. And I cleanse my hands with the salt and vinegar to say whatever that I'm strongly holding on to, that I don't want to release, may I release it now. Whatever that is just doesn't want to leave me alone, may it leave me alone. May I'm releasing it. May my hands be open to receive this new phase that spirit is putting me through. So that helped me. The spiritual paths helped me, journaling helped me, yoga helped me, and yeah, I hope this will help you guys as well. The little humans are getting rowdy, so it'll be impossible for me to even try and make this a little bit longer. So bye guys. Please comment down below in what you need help with, what you'd like me to cover in the Mama Oshun Speaks videos as well, and we'll do that. Give yourself grace. You are loved. You are doing great. I'm supposed to fix this now, guys. Okay, let me get into mommy mode. Bye.